All right. When Terrell navigated his way all the way through that crowd. We'll welcome Terrell in. Terrell, you're in better shape than I am. I'm going to try to catch my breath. Terrell, thanks for coming up here with us tonight.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Well, just your moment tonight. What's it feel like seeing that number 80 out there painted on the field? Your jersey retired tonight.
Oh, man, it's honestly, it's a great honor. First of all, I had to give thanks to God for, obviously being here tonight. Again, just to see my name, my number painted out on the field, it just gave me a moment of reflection about everything that I've been able to accomplish. And Benjamin Russell High School and Alexander City is where it all started for me. And I think if anybody's followed my career, they know the rest of the history.
Absolutely. Terrell, you had a long, wonderful career. I know it started at UT Chattanooga in college, and, I know you really paid respects to them by having your Hall of Fame ceremony there. Just talk about that and what it meant to be back in Chattanooga to have that moment there.
Well, I mean, just like Chattanooga, also synonymous with here in Alexander City, this is where it started, and I honestly had no idea that I would play beyond the collegiate level. I was afforded an opportunity to play football there at University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, and I just, again, I was a little kid that had a desire to do whatever it was, whether it was football or basketball. I just wanted to play, and I think that was my motivation from high school on into college. Didn't really get to play a lot in high school. Again, Coach Savarese, he'll tell you, I was one of those kids that always worked hard. Anytime you heard anybody moving around in the weight room, it was me trying to get bigger, faster, and stronger. And so it's really a testament of what I was able to do outside of what everybody knew of me. And again, I think if I could be of any inspiration to a lot of kids out there is never give up on your dreams, never give up on your hopes. Just always keep working because you never know what lies ahead.
I think that's the thing, and let me give an update. Everybody listening out there, 2nd down and 7 for the Wildcats at the Chilton County 10-yard line as they move left to right. Terrell Owens up here with me. He's going to stay up here for a little while, and we're going to continue to talk about his night here at Benjamin Russell High School. As Landon Cotney takes the snap, going to hand off to Carl Russell around right side, 5-yard line, going to dive for the pylon. Did he get it? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Wildcats. The Wildcats here on homecoming night and the retirement of Terrell Owens' jersey. Terrell had another touchdown there for the Wildcats.
I spoke to the team yesterday, and I told them, for the seniors, this is their last time. This is the last hoorah. You want to go out with a bang. You want to go out on a high note. Obviously, they have more games to play, but you only get one senior homecoming.
That's it.
And so especially for the freshmen, the sophomore, and juniors, they look up to these seniors, and they want to be able to these seniors need to set an example for these younger guys going into next year. So they're doing well right now.
Great words of wisdom there, Terrell, as we'll wait the extra point here to try to go up 23-7 with 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter against Chilton County. The Wildcats have found themselves in this game. Last couple of weeks been a struggle, Terrell, for the Wildcats on offense, but seem to be getting it back on track here tonight. There's a penalty flag on the way. I've got to talk to you about this jacket you've got on. I know that you've been driven your whole career, and that's one thing a lot of people have admired about you. And you just mentioned that, the hard work, the extra things when nobody's watching that pays off at the end of the day. And your career in the NFL and what you did on the field earned you the right to wear that jacket. And just talk about that and that moment when you got that phone call that let you know you've been inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Well, I think it was bittersweet. I think if anybody has followed, the last 2 or 3 years of me being nominated into the Hall of Fame,
yes.
And I think everyone is aware of, me having my induction there in Chattanooga. Again, like I said, I know what I rightfully earned, and that wasn't, they didn't rightfully induct me when I felt like I should have the first go around. And so, again, to be able to wear this gold jacket, obviously it's an honor. It's a privilege to do that. But at the end of the day, this is what I earned.
Well, for all of us in Alex City, Terrell, the first time you were nominated, it should have been a no-brainer because you look at getting into the Hall of Fame, you look at what you do on the field, you look at your accomplishments, and if that's what you elect people to do, then that's what you should do. And I'm with you there. I think Randy would echo the same sentiments, and I can see where that frustration crept in with you. But getting what you ultimately deserved, getting that Hall of Fame jacket, so proud from a standpoint of the community of Alexander City, because you look at major college teams around the country, how a lot of them don't even have a Hall of Famer. And so Alexander City now can say that Terrell Owens, a native son, is in the NFL Hall of Fame. And it's such an exclusive club to be in that. But I thought the things that you said just a little bit ago to these kids, did you ever envision, Terrell, when you were at Benjamin Russell High School, where you'd be at this moment?
No, not at all. And as again, like you said, I alluded to earlier, this is where it began for me. This kid that didn't have the most talent, but, inside I had a desire to be something. I didn't know I was going to become a professional football player by any means, but I had the desire, I had the dedication, and I had the discipline that took me from here, Benjamin Russell High School, to UT Chattanooga, to an illustrious 15-year career with 49ers, Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, and I had a stint year each with the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. So for me, to be from Alexander City, Alabama, and now into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, like I said, I'll be lying to you and anybody listening, for me to say that I thought this was going to happen. Mm-hmm. But again, like I said, I said it earlier, live at pregame with Lizzie earlier. I played with so many great athletes that were far better than I was here in high school. You think about Alan Barnett, the Cedric Kendricks, the Latravius Richardsons, the Michael Allens, people that, that was part of that class of 92 sure. that grew up with and went to school. They know those names. These guys were far better than I was. Derek Hall, Ricky Morgan, mm-hmm. Those were the receivers that started my junior and senior year. And so for me, it was always, like I said, that desire in me to be something. I just didn't want to be average.
Yeah.
I was looking at these kids on the sideline. I was one of those kids on the sideline watching everybody on Friday night get to make plays, and I really got an opportunity to until like my junior, senior year.
Good stuff there, Terrell. A couple more questions before I let you go. Is the Wildcats kickoff, Chilton County gets it at their own 37. The defense drive them back right there. Anybody out there you want to give thanks to, or somebody that was an inspiration to you, not just here at Benjamin Russell and Alexander City, but going along the way in your career and kind of keeping you focused and kind of keeping you driven? Is there somebody out there that was that special person to you?
There was a lot of people along the way. Coach Savarese, who presented me before the game, he didn't let me quit for whatever reason. Obviously, he must have seen something in me to not let me quit. And I think, obviously that was a good choice. I played a number of sports when I was here. I ran track when I didn't play baseball and vice versa.
Sure.
And obviously I played basketball as well. And like I said, I just had a passion and a love just to compete. And that's what led me to where I was, beyond my college years. Again, I was always competing, doing something. Again, when I went to Chattanooga, obviously on a football scholarship, I walked on the basketball team. My coach, my second year, he didn't think that I would be able to play basketball, but he basically said to me when I walked into the office after the season, and he said, if you can make our basketball team, that'll tell me what type of athlete you are. Mm-hmm. And so he allowed me to walk on. I ended up making it, and I played 3 years basketball. And again, like I said, I'm a competitor. I didn't, like I said, stemming from high school on, I just didn't want to be average. And I think if I can be of any inspiration to a lot of kids out there, if you're not the player that you want to be today, do something about it. It's either you do something or do nothing. And don't be afraid to be great. And I think that was part of what made me me. And what a lot of people didn't know about me coming out of Alexander City is that I wasn't afraid to be great. I was quiet, reserved here, and even in Chattanooga. But again, once I began to establish that confidence within myself, then I think, everything kind of just, fell into place.
One more thing for you, Terrell, before I let you go. A little update here on the field. Chilton County with it 2nd and 10 at midfield, going to hand off right side. Going to drive forward. Wildcats lead at 23-7, 7:43 to go here in the third. Terrell, you come back for the alumni basketball game against Coosa County 2 years now.
Right.
And this is kind of an event that for both counties and both of these schools is such a rival in basketball. You showed out a little bit. He's Sports Center top 10 there from a pickup basketball game. Right. And, there's some top athletes in that game. Adayes Thomas and was Jamario Moon in that game?
Exactly. Jamario Moon, who played had a stint there in the NBA and plays overseas now. Just played in the Big Three. But, again, like I said, just coming back, and I'm hoping these kids realize that it's more than just a basketball game. I'm hoping that they look at us and realize that the opportunities that they see us take advantage of, then they can be able to do the same thing. Again, like I said, if we can make it, I know, especially speaking personally, if I can make it and nobody kind of knew anything about me, especially knew that I was going to do the things that I did beyond high school and even college, if I can make it, they can make it. They just got to put forth that hard work. And I challenge the parents out there to really continue to encourage the kids, be uplifting, and be supportive.
Terrell, good stuff there as Chilton County drives it down to the 30-yard line. It'll be second down and about 4 coming up as they have it at the Wildcats 30. Wildcats lead at 23-7. Terrell, let me personally say thank you for what you've done for the community,
Absolutely.
what you've done tonight, and what an honor it is for you, I know, to be recognized on the field, and what an humbling experience that must be. And any kid that's standing down there, as you just mentioned, on the sideline as a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid just dreaming of what it might be one day, they can look at you come back to this town and they can say, man, you know, if I work hard enough and I can do the things that I need to do and stay focused, I can be that guy. I can be that guy. And, you know, I'm going to say one other thing about it, Terrell, and you elaborate on this. Coming back to this community, letting these kids see you, how important is that to you?
I mean, it comes with the territory. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I was able to learn along the way. There's a lot of things that were being taught, and I kind of just observed from afar, you know, from guys that were more mature than I was, male figures that I looked up to, you know, from players, coaches. You know, they enabled me to become the man that I am today. So again, like I said, you know, you got to believe in something. You got to be convicted. You got to be able to stand up for yourself, and that's what I've done throughout the course of my career. I think, you know, the way that I've been able to conduct myself away from the game of football, away from the football field, I think that really should speak more volumes than anything that I did on the football field. Because again, when it came to the Hall of Fame, those are some of the things that the writers brought into question as far as my character. They basically overlooked my body of work and didn't rightfully, you know, induct me when I should have been, bringing up other things other than my accomplishment on the field. So again, when it comes to my character, I think that speaks volumes, and I'm hoping these kids can look up to me. I feel like I've been a great role model, never been any off the field trouble.
That's true, absolutely.
Just being a great representative, number one, of my family, God, and just this community in itself.
Absolutely. Terrell, I'm going to ask you to stay just a few seconds with me. Help me commentate here as Randy will slide back in with 4:40 here in just a little bit in the third quarter. Chilton County's driven it down. They have it 3rd and 11 at the Wildcat 25 here on homecoming night, Terrell Owens retirement jersey night. A little false start here. Right. What's your interpretation here of the Wildcats here tonight? You've been on the sideline down there. You've been watching them up close and personal. Got off to a slow start, but at 23 unanswered here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're kind of, you know, soaking in what I told them yesterday at practice. You know, I check in from time to time through family members on how the team is doing. I have 2 nephews playing on the team.
Yes.
Zay Stoves and
very talented.
Exactly, and Caleb Stoves.
Wearing your jersey tonight,
right?
Number 80.
Right, and so you know, I just told them, you know, based on what I've heard, is that they lacked, you know, that ability to really wrap up and tackle.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
The physical part of it.
Exactly, and that's what you need. Defense, you know, wins championships. The offense, they put people in butts in the seats.
That's it.
They sell popcorn. But again,
you ought to know a little bit about popcorn.
Exactly. So, but again, if you want to win games, and obviously they're going to use this as a teaching tool going into the playoffs here pretty soon. They got to take advantage of opportunities, get themselves off the field, wrap up, tackle, and then I guess eliminate drives and put points on the board.
Timeout on the field. Terrell Owens here with us. We're going to take a timeout. Terrell, thank you so much for coming up here tonight. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. We appreciate everything that you've done. Stay tuned. More of the Wildcat Football Network right after this.